Hello there, my name is Ramona. If you're new here and you don't know about my channel, my name is Ramona. I'm doing a channel about consciousness when what to go viral. I'm really struggling because for 3 years I've been stuck in my own head and I didn't have the courage anymore to do any videos. And here I am back again. It says that trying is the best practice. If you give up halfway, then you're never gonna accomplish anything in life. It's a statement that I got from one of my managers that I've been working with in my entire life. There are some good people out there that teach me certain stuff about life. But anyway, that's about me. Even introduction is too much sometimes. Anyway, let's get back to the subject that I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna talk about a subject that everywhere I looked on YouTube and I searched about it, it's always these positive vibes in regards to it. And I'm gonna tell you my story that happened with this story that people say it's all beautiful and shit. It's not. I want to talk about a subject that has been bothering me for a quite long time. You know, when these people say about twin flames or twin souls or stuff like that? Well, I'm gonna say about my story. If I become very emotional, I do apologize in advance because I'm gonna touch some pinnacle subjects upon that I'm really sensitive about. So this is how it goes. It started somewhere in 2000, end of 2017, 2018, or I was at beginning of 2018 anyway. No, actually yes, that's right. So it all started in 2018. I live in London, for those who don't know who I am. UK is a very broad place to be. Is always very non-conformist. They stand for pro-choice. We have so many things going on in UK that is just, but sometimes is way too much for me. So I'm struggling to keep my energy in one place. Anyway, enough about that subject. It started in 2018. I was going around London looking for a double room to rent and stuff like that. And I'm going to places in London is always like this. You need about 1 month or 2 months to look for places to rent. Anyway, back to the story. It's this lovely guy that shows me a double room downstairs in the, I don't know, the house was something like, you go downstairs the stairs and it was a room up there. When I saw that room, my anxiety just went off the grid. Anyway, then he changed the view. Like, he has another room upstairs that the people are gonna move out and it's still gonna be available, but just not now. I said okay, fine. Finally, when I saw the room, I was like, it's not the best. Obviously, I saw it with somebody else's furniture in it. By the time I moved there, I realized I need to buy a bed, I need to buy wardrobes, and I'm gonna spend the money again. But then after that, it was too late. So this is how it always happens. As soon as you already given the deposit and stuff, you can't change your mind halfway through. So I say whatever it is, I can't change it right now because it just went way off the grid. Right. And this guy he has a strange aura about him. Like, I never knew what was about him that was attracted to him. I didn't know what. And this is how it starts, because it always starts like that with a boy. You know, when you have this feeling that is a twin flame or a part of, they say that all the partners in our life represent a glimpse of our own mirror. Maybe I can agree with the mirror, but I won't agree about twin flame. If that is a twin flame, trust me, it's not as pink as people think it is. It's all lovely and sparkles. It's exactly the opposite. I'm not gonna mention his name because otherwise this video is gonna get a lot of hate from some certain people, and I don't want to get that involved into this video. So we started going out, we started eating popcorn in the living room, watching a film, we started all of these things, like I don't know, somebody to spend your time with. But then again, you know, the problem with Scorpion people like me, we go into the detective mood as usual, because I don't trust anyone anymore. And trust me, this human being made me lose my self-confidence completely, like auto shattered. Like for 3 years in a row, I'm trying my best to even meet anyone or any human being. I'm like, I just given up my entire social media and everything, like complete everything. I deleted my entire social media, and I deleted everything from my life and everyone that is connected to this person, because it just came to a point where I can't deal with it anymore. Anyone that's gonna mention his name in my face about him or something about him, I'm gonna go mentally gone. Like I'm just gonna shut the door and walk away, because like everywhere I go I hear the name, and I'm like, it gets me to a place where I'm like, I want to rip off my hair from the head. It's just way too much of a burden to deal with it. And maybe I said if I do a video about it, maybe that is gonna go away, but still I believe he's not gonna go away. You know those things where you undo everything that's been done? I'm like, can I just breathe? I can't breathe. I feel like I can't breathe. Right, back to the story. I do apologize. Maybe I got a lot of frustration coming out. And it all started like that, with having dinner together, with this, with that, until he ended up in a relationship. Like from all of these small things, he always starts like that. And he always starts with these butterflies and pink and everything and whatever you feel butterflies in your stomach. And at night, the strange thing about it, like I felt like he's not sleeping. I don't know, I don't know, astral projection, I don't know what he was doing, but I just felt as soon as like I sleep next to this person, he's not sleeping, like he's guarding something. Anyway, it's a strange feeling. It's just a feeling. I don't know what to say about it, because I'm not that, I didn't went into many subjects to check it out. I was never curious about it, so please don't judge me upon that. But this is my story, like I'm telling it from my heart. I just had enough of going round and round and round in circles trying to get it out of my head. And I have times when it's not that the fact that I think about this, but it just pops in my head. Like I can't understand why. And it's just getting me annoyed to a point that I get angry and angry and angry that it does not stop. I'm like, why is this coming back to my head? Like, why is this going back to my head again? I'm like, can people just move away? Like they say to me that I'm not moving away, but what about them? Did they move on? Because this is the thing about human beings. Even if you meet them down the street somewhere and say, hello, how are you? And they tell you they moved on, but they did not move on. And this is the truth. Like, I'm not gonna hide the truth, because I'm a Scorpion person and I don't have the time or the energy to keep hiding behind trees. Like, I can't hide anymore. I had enough of hiding. Um, so it all started like a relationship. It's been like 2018, the entire year been up, down. Obviously, every relationship has these ups and downs. But it's a strange thing about him. Like I cannot explain it into words, if that makes any sense to anyone. It's not my first relationship. Like I'm talking out of nowhere. I've really been through quite a few relationships in my life, so I know what I'm talking about. I've been to a 7 year relationship, 3 year relationship, 2 year relationship, then 1 year. So I really know enough about my own, but this is my own experience. The other relationships, I can't say they've been any strange about them, but this person particularly, I can tell the truth that something is not off about him, it's just strange. So if this is a twin flame, then I don't know what to say, but my experience, it was not the best. What I've heard out of all the people say that usually a twin flame, usually one reincarnates in one life and the other stays above, or maybe even if they both incarnate in the same, in human form, they say that they should never be together because fire sparks out. I am not entirely sure about that. That's just my opinion. To be honest, entirely fair to you, this is my experience and I'm talking from my own perspective what happened to me. I knew that is a soul tie or a twin flame. I knew that 100%. I don't need to go around in circles and trying to find bits and pieces. And eventually we were in the same house, so he would have his room, I would have my room. But the problem is, like, it's not that I have a problem, it's like when you keep secrets from me away, I become even more detective, because that's just the way I am. The only problem, maybe my mistake, is because in these relationships, what we are not aware of, the ego comes in. And when the ego comes in, everything just fucks up, gets destroyed. When the ego comes in, everything just gets destroyed. And usually as Scorpion people, we become really egoistic because that's our nature. It's not something you can change about us. Maybe we can change in time, but it takes time to change auras like mine, because I'm 1 in a million. You cannot, if as soon as I feel like it's somebody that lied to me in regards to something, that's it. I start becoming a detective, and I don't like to be lied. It's just one of them things that I don't like to be lied. So, going back to the story, because I always start with something else. I'm going through this relationship through ups and downs. I had some breakdowns in the middle of the summer. I could not explain the reason why all of these things happened to me. They were not the same in other relationships. Even though you still have fights, you still have arguments. Not in this relationship. This relationship is something different, completely different. I don't know what it is, but this is my perspective. And to be honest, it's not the best experience I ever had. So I moved out of this house. Sorry, my light of the room is just going off. In London is nearly, what time? Nearly 4-5 p.m. and in the winter time it gets outside darker. So it gets darker earlier. Anyway, going back to my story. So eventually moved out from the house. Like, if you break up with somebody, especially like me, you better break up face to face. He moved out of the house and I felt like somebody just stolen something away from me. Like, I know as Scorpion people we can be really egoistic in certain sense, but still that doesn't say much about the way you broke up with somebody. Anyway, I understood he maybe just wanted some peace and quiet and he just ran away. I could not explain certain things at that time, and even now it's still strange to me. It does not add up in the equals or minuses, I don't know. And then back to this story. Just after we broke up, he just left me like that, like no answers, no anything else, like, hey, are you still alive? Are you okay? Are you dead? Are you alive? Nothing. It just vanished. I say, okay, fine, I can live with that, no problem. But bigger issue is, before we broke up, he said something to me that he had a dream. Like 2 cars were coming in each other and he was trying to grab me and he couldn't reach out to me. Now, me, I'm not a believer in dreams. Like, for me, dreams are just a deja vu, or I don't really take it seriously. For me, dreams are just dreams, and they become a reality in the moment you give belief to them. That's me, but that's just me. Other people might think differently. I don't know. Along the time, then January 2019 came. In January 2019, I went on a mini holiday with somebody that's close to him. And no, nothing like relationship or anything like that. We went for Scotland, and there I filmed a video about yoga. Now, all about this experience connected to the other is about this dream that, to me, I'm not sure if it's a perseverance of an outcome that came to that fact that he's a twin flame. My car accident happened in 19th of March 2019. Now, obviously, when you're in a car accident, the first person, obviously this car accident was not caused by me. I was running to get to work. I was in a rush. I thought, so this is how it happened. I woke up in that morning and something was saying to me to not go out through that door. I never listened to these things because, like, it might be my emotion, it might not be my thoughts. I don't know what was it. It's like I can see something before it happens. Usually that's how it happens. But this time was different. It was something outside of me that was taking control over this situation. It was not myself. In that morning of 19th of March 2019, that was not me. That was not my own intuition. That was something else. I don't know what was it. I cannot explain it because it's something like it's flying on top of your head. I don't know if that makes any sense. Maybe I'm just talking out of fairy tales. I don't know. I lost the train. That was the first sign. I lost the train in front of my face. Usually that doesn't usually happen like that. Okay, then I said I'm gonna go and take the bus. So to get to the bus in Mitcham area, you have to, like, I had to cross a certain street to get to the buses that goes to the underground station. By the time I got to that bus stop, I gone running through get the bus. I went running to get the bus. The thing is about this, that's when that car accident happened. In the minute, I didn't pay attention. I can't remember if it was a green light or a red light. That's how messed up I was in that morning, and how chaotic can a morning become. People say that evil things happen after dawn. Well, I'll tell you what, the evil things happen in the morning. Why? Because we haven't got the awareness we need. We rushing to get to work, we rushing to get here, we rushing to get there, we rushing to get here, but we forget that by the time you get to work, you might get a car accident, you might die, somebody might have something that's gonna stop your situation or certain things. A friend might call you and asking for help. Anything can happen. But those are the three. I used to have a theory about these mornings. It's 3 dark hours that you need to be aware of, from 6 o'clock, actually 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. This is the more dangerous time in the world. It's no wonder it's called Lucifer, the morning star. Anyway, I'll leave that subject for another time. I got hit by a car accident. I'm not sure who called the ambulance. Of what I know from my reports from the police, they told me that the person that caused the car accident didn't even, I think that guy, it was a Greek person origin, which I'm not really enthusiastic about. Like, you should be the first person that calls the ambulance. Don't just stick there like a petrified person and not say anything. So this is what I understood from my report about police. The person did not run away from the car accident itself, where I got hit by his car. The thing is that it's another person that actually called the ambulance. So he himself, as a driver, did not even bother to call the ambulance. Now I understand the panic and the fear that these people have after they hit you, but I do not care. You do not care about the things and the tragedy you've done. You can't even be able to pick up the phone and call the ambulance. Then fine. To me, that means you're just another piece of shit. Pardon my expression. Anyway, now what's the first thing you're gonna do when you wake up in a hospital bed? You're gonna be in complete denial. You're gonna be in a complete denial, and you're gonna deny and deny and deny and deny that this has happened to you. It took me 3 days to be able to express what happened to me. 3 days it took me to complete denial. It was the consultant that kept coming back at me that I need to sign the papers because they're gonna put a metal plate on my right leg. And I was like, no. No, I don't want no metals in my body. If you put metals in my body, I said, it's no other choice. Like, we're gonna cut off your leg. I had 2 choices. Like, one is to stay in 6 months on a hospital bed or have a metal plate on my leg. On top of the metal plate on my leg, I signed for that, but I never signed for screws being implemented in my pelvic area. I never signed for those. But there you go. He said to me, because your pelvic area was cracked in 2 places, we had to do something about it. Because in hospitals, they need you to recover quick to put you back through society. They don't have time to keep people on a hospital bed for 6 months. So that was the story. I had my body broken in 8 parts. My hand, my right leg, obviously you can't see because I'm all dressed in black. My pelvic area was crushed, so you have your pelvic area. My pelvis was broken in 2 parts. The vagina side part and another crack on sides of the body, which is around here. I been through 3 operations in 1 week. Anyway, where I want to go back to my subject about this. What's the first person you're gonna call when you have a car accident? I'm pretty much sure that most of the women on this YouTube channel, they're gonna agree with me on that one. I'm gonna call my ex. I'm gonna call my friends as well. But my friends don't have the same impact that my ex had. So I made this phone call. He was not here in UK, he was in Saudi Arabia. Usually Muslim people in January, they go to surround the mausoleum. I understand that it's a religious fact that they have to be there. But then again, I've been there in that hospital for 2 months. 1 second, I need to put on the lights. Oof. I've been in the hospital for nearly 2 months. So this person I call an ex, I call it twin flame, or a part of your soul that it's just in another state. Because this is what they say, all of your ex-partners in your life, they are a piece of your soul somewhere. I do not understand. After that phone call, I said I really had a bad car accident and I wish you can be here for me. Now, man on the other side, they're gonna come and tell me I'm gonna get really criticized, but this is just my opinion. I do not care what other people say about me. They haven't been in my shoes to walk what I've been through. You do not care as a human being. Like, I don't care you were my ex. As a human being, is a respect towards somebody as a human being. I'm not saying anything else. You don't have to come and say, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Like me, I do the basic human being just to go and see that person. Is he okay? Out of respect, nothing else. I don't expect you to come back in my life and tell me that it's over. I don't need that. I don't need any of that. But just as a basic human being, have a bit of kindness. Because in this life, when life is gonna hit you hard in the most worst moment that you will have, you will not know which door to open. Because when kindness is gonna go out of your way, nobody's gonna come there and give you a glass of water. I know this for a fact, because I'm one of them people that actually acts like that. I'm one of them people that actually didn't spoken to her father for 15 years. I can do that, and I can do it for a lifetime. I'm at that point where I can do it for a lifetime. Because Scorpio people, you can't trick them or play them. But that's just as a basic. If you were in somebody else's shoes, you would understand what they've been through to judge them. Because after that, what came after that, you do not want to know. You haven't been walking my shoes to know how it feels to be in a car accident. And half of your body smashed and no one to be there for you. Half of your body smashed. And then you have to deal with this, like, be in a wheelchair for the next, what, 8 months? 8 months, yeah. Now, I used to wake up every morning and cry. And you know what? No one is there to say to you, you're gonna be fine. No one. Like, completely no one. Because I have no family in the UK. I'm on my own. And I've always been on my own. And I was fine. Until these things that they call twin flames. I was fine by myself. It damaged me in ways that I cannot explain. It damaged me in ways that I'm even barely to talk about it. I closed myself in for the past 3 years. I never had the courage to speak out. I never had the courage to be able to move on. And even though after all of this time, I go and I found him. How crazy that sounds. How crazy that even sounds. People might think I'm going after him or something, or I'm a toxic person. No, I'm not toxic. I wanted to hear the words. And the next words that come out of his mouth is, Ramona, I think you're too late. You came too late. Ramona, you came too late in my life back again. And I'm like, I am done. This universe, I am done. I am done. And I don't want to. I said to myself, I'd rather remain single for the rest of my life. Because it came to a point where, like, he hit a top notch in me. He hit a top notch. I don't know how to explain it. It's so deep that I said, through all of the things in the world that I've been through, I didn't even know how to walk again. I had to learn how to walk. How ridiculous that sounds. To be in a hospital bed for 2 months and then you're not able to walk. They used to come, these lovely ladies from physiotherapy, and they used to talk to me like, what are we gonna do today? And I used to start crying like instant, like I don't want to do fuck all. Oh my days, the pain, the morphine could not even do anything for me. So for me, when people say I'm mentally ill, pills for me or drugs, they don't work. I don't know how to explain that. I don't really know, because I have no words to explain it. The nurse used to come at me. I gave you the highest dosage I can give you. I'm not allowed to give you any more, because otherwise you lose your conscience. I'm like, you must be fucking kidding me right now. The pain is just going through my head. The pain I endured, and everything, after everything and over again. And when you wake up at your friend's house in a hospital bed, not a hospital bed, in a normal bed, but still, I used to have these physiotherapies, because to introduce you back to normality in your daily life, and obviously people want you to move on. I think the psychologists, they were my own physiotherapists. Like, they had to be a psychologist as well, together with the physio. I was struggling to walk. I couldn't get to the bathroom. Like, people do not understand the escalation of these accidents. Like, it's for real. The things we go through to be able to understand basics. You do not want to experience this. Like, I wish for no one to happen, because the drama and the sorrow and the things that happen with that person to get back to normal are way beyond measure. You do not know the effort that we do to go back to normality, or some sort of normality. But once one of these car accidents happen to you, you're not normal anymore. Like, people cannot understand, why do I get very easily angered? People do not understand what's PTSD. People don't understand what's depression. I've been dealing with depression since I was 8 years old. I went into depression, my first depression, when I was 8 years old. How can a child go into depression at 8 years old? Nobody has an answer for that. Even the most brightest psychologists I've been to, they say it's the family trauma. Well, I call it, if it's the family trauma, then what are you gonna do about to heal it? They're gonna tell me, oh, take this pill, this medication, that medication, this medication. I just had enough. And the psychologists that we have in England, they do not help. I even paid for one, and it's not worth of my time and energy and money. Like, not at all. Like, if that's the equivalent that you can give me as a psychologist, you tell me that I should go and download this app called Mind something, I am done. Like, I need a human being that is actually going to talk to me and give me a plan how to deal with my life and my struggles. I don't need another app that I can download myself to deal with it, or another piece of medication, or you advise me to go back to my GP. I just had enough of society. Society is a joke that we're running around in circles into. It's a circus. Anyway, so after I healed all of this car accident drama and everything, I went and found this person, and I spoken to him. Like, why did you never came to come and see me? And the next answer that comes in, I didn't thought that you'd be such a bad car accident. I'm like, right, you could have given a message or a phone call. Are you alive still? I've been through 4 operations in that year, 4. People think like, well, she's fine. She looks fine. Yeah, she looks fine, but she's not mentally well. That's the first thing that happens to people like me. I kept this in silence for 3 years. Silence sometimes is the best answer because I don't have anything else to give. Silence kept me in silence. Like, after my car accident, imagine, to 2020, so I managed at the end of 2019 to barely walk. Then they decided to do a pandemic in 2020, so that's another 2 years of trauma for me. That's another 2 years of trauma for me. So now imagine we are in 2022 and I'm still feeling traumatized. So whatever people say about twin flames, even if they're soulmates and stuff like that, is gonna be a long hell ride. It's not gonna be a good one from my perspective. That's me. People say about twin flames, they're all butterflies and sugar framed and everything. They're not. And this is the truth. I've been through relationship in my life before. I was married when I was younger, but this does not compare to that. This no way. No way. Like, if that's a twin flame, then I don't want to see it ever again. And even if I tried to fix anything, it just gone the other way around. And I'm like, I'm looking at the sky and say, what is the point of this drama? What is the point of this entire drama? And then, just to confirm, on top of everything else, I still used to go to this house where I used to live before, because a few people from that house remained some sort of friends to me. Like, I still enjoy their company and stuff like that. Now, what are you gonna say when one of these people that actually knew both of you, right? Both of you. And I know this video is gonna backfire at me, but I really don't care anymore. Like, if I don't speak out right now, then I ain't gonna stay silent either, because I just had enough. Like, it's just building up, and one day I'm just gonna explode. When one of these people tell you that they used to know you, both of you, and still lives in that house, and he says like this, Ramana, do you know that this person that you used to call a boyfriend, but he was not a boyfriend, he was engaged to somebody else? Now, that was top notch. I'm like, my face just dropped. After how many years? 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. 5 years. 5 years. Now, the first bloody thing is like, he said he was married and he's expecting kids. His wife was expecting kids, about this friend, this common friend that we had. This person saying that, and obviously I don't prejudge people upon, even I'm a detective, I'm not interested in their private life if they want to keep it shut. I don't go further than that, because I got certain moralities that I follow myself. if people don't want to talk about it, about the subject itself, then I step away. Like, I keep the respect of that person's private life. When I came back to UK, I just started talking to this person again, because I was gone out of the country, because this drama with coronavirus just made me run off the grid. And then after 5 years, and then, so this common friend that knows me, so first lie, because he told the truth after 5 years, told me, Ramona, I'm not married. Ramona, I'm not waiting for a child. Ramona, I don't expect a child. My wife wasn't expecting a child. I said, okay, maybe he had his reason to lie. I don't know which are those reasons. He said to me to keep himself safe or something. I don't, whatever. He said there's too many women that come up to him and ask him for a date or something like that. I said, fine, whatever. I can move on from one thing, but then when you tell me a second lie, or you know the truth about this person I'm actually dating and you don't tell me the truth, and that's another lie to me, then that's when it just hit the top notch to me. I take in consideration my ex-boyfriend was Muslim as well. Let's not just be not that top notch, because that just hit the bar when another Muslim person tells you that, you know what, that guy that you used to date, he was actually engaged. And I'm like, my face just dropped. I'm like, what can I say? Like, why you didn't tell me at that time when I was in that house? Maybe you would have saved me from so much heartbreak and hardship and everything. You would have saved me for a lot of things. And I wouldn't revenge, because I don't revenge on people that tell me to be aware of certain things because they are not what they seem to be. I don't revenge on people because they tell me the truth. I never do that. I revenge on people that lie to me. That's another story. So this is the thing. And I said to myself, why you didn't tell me at the time? Because he says to me, you were different at that time. What does it make a difference now, and what does it make a difference then? After 5 years to tell me all of this shit, you rather just not, you know, I have two things about life. Either you say the things you need to say when they're supposed to be said, or either you shut up forever and you take the fucking secret down to the grave with you. That's me. Either you take the secret down the grave with you or not. That's your choice. But it's no point after 5 years of you knowing as a common friends, you know these two people, to tell them the truth in the face after 5 years. 5 years. I'm like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I'm basically done. Like, I don't know if ever in my life I'm gonna trust him. I got trust issues right now. I'm dealing with trust issues. And when people hide something from me, the end of the world is coming. Anyway, this is the story. It's a bit tangled because I got my car accident connected to it, and also a common friend. But this is what I wanted to say. I hope you have a blessed day, because I don't want to take much about this video to take it down to grave with me. I wanted to express it from my point of view about twin flames, about people that you should not trust, and not always people are what they seem to be. So take that in consideration, because next time I might save your life with one argument. Anyway, bye bye.